Yes, I am. Alright,
Okay.
so the first thing that you want to do is just take 2 screwdrivers and just kind of pop this out a little bit. Sometimes you gotta tap them. This is just pressed in there a little bit. And this piece comes out.
Okay. Yeah, if we just leave them in sequence and in order, I'll zip tie everything together.
Yep. And then you just take these, they're not in there very tight.
Mm-hmm.
This goes out. That.
Springy, dude.
Springy. Boingity boing. And then inside are two, not 3, 2 jam nuts.
Okay.
And you use this tool.
They're separated by those spacers, right?
Yeah, there's a spacer. So the first one we'll do is we'll take out the first jam nut. And you'll need a magnet to get these in and out sometimes. It's a super fine thread. So take the magnet, slide this out. And one thing you'll notice about this is the one on the outside is completely smooth all the way around. The next item that goes in is a locking clip. And you'll see that it has all these holes, but most importantly has this notch right here.
Yep.
This notch slides in the axle on the spindle where the threads are.
Mm-hmm.
There's a groove cut in it. That locks it in place.
Okay.
Now the last
Does it matter
piece,
where that's, is there a front or back on that piece?
there is no front or back on that.
Okay.
The next one will have a nipple on it. And like in a human being, or a pretty woman, the nipple should always point outwards. So effectively what you do is you load up this inner nut. That sounded kind of gross. You load up the inner nut so that it'll spin, but you'll feel a little bit of resistance. You'll spin the rotor a little more, tighten it up just a bit, and make sure that the resistance hasn't changed all that much. And that seats the bearings against all of the races and onto the spindle itself. Once that's set, then you slip in this locking ring so that that nipple pokes through there. Okay. Now sometimes that nipple will be in between the 2 holes. So you'll have to move that locking nut back or forth a little bit.
Sort of like a castle nut on most axles.
Exactly, where you have to put the pin through. Exactly, you'll just have to rotate it. And not go too crazy, because you definitely don't want it too tight, otherwise it'll ruin it. So
Okay.
there,
Gotcha.
can you see that on the camera okay?
Yep.
Yeah, there's that little nipple, so this piece goes like that.
Mm-hmm.
Once that's tight, and then this next one goes right over the top of it.
Okay.
And this locks these 2 together so that the inside one can't back up.
Gotcha.
That way the bearing preload never changes. Now, once that's done, you just grab the whole rotor assembly and give it a pull.
Yep.
Inside here is a little, like a slinger,
Sling. Yep.
and then the bearing, and on the other side there's a seal, your outer
And
axle
another
seal, and then another bearing as well.
Okay. Cool.
And that's it.
All right. Actually, we'll probably.
And then over here, to get the backing plate off, all you have to do is take a 5/8 and an impact gun. You pull this off. This ridge, all the way out here, is your actual spindle.
Okay.
This whole thing comes straight off, and then the axle pulls right out from behind it.
Okay. Cool. Tell you what, let's go ahead and drop all those pieces back, just in order back in there, and it can probably just sit there.
Oh yeah, good idea.
May zip tie them all in, but I was going to say with those pieces too, but that's okay. We'll sort it.